by an example of trance music. Trance music is a kind of dance music which thousands of young people across Germany and throughout Europe are quite passionate about. It's a musical movement which is gaining strength. This is the future.
Well, I mean, before the wall came down, I mean, all you could listen to was things like Cool and the Gang.
Germany, you couldn't get a record, and so we have made some really strange house parties, you know, with tapes, what we had record on radio stations and whatever, you know, and so it was a normal thing. The wall came down, the wall breaks down, and everybody could go on the record stores and buy some stuff, and that's why the scene was bigger and bigger then, you know.
It's midnight in Europe.
The fact was that we find some places to go, completely illegal, yeah, and we have some bunker parties, and we have some parties in e-work, yeah, and some places with no power, with no light and all that, yeah. We just put in our own generators and parties there, yeah. It was excellent, yeah. And from that we built up everything, and now we have many places in the east, and they're much better than the west, because in West Berlin we have only the regular club, and they're boring because all the normal people go, and in the west yeah, the normal people, like the workaholics and all that, yeah. And in the Eastern Club, more like the people like me, the freaks. Yeah, it was Wolle Neugebauer. He did this techno-teen parties with like 2,000 people. It was 90. 1990, yeah. And it was like a party with Western and Eastern people, and it was the first time that people danced together on the dance floor, yeah, on a party. There was you could sing about Modern Neugebauer. No, I never played there. I wasn't hard enough.
You weren't hard enough?
No.
They wanted hard techno?
Yeah, techno. Hard techno. I was too spacey.
And you're still playing the spacey stuff?
Of course, I like the spacey stuff.
When I first started MFS, we had this track by Paul Browse and Johnny Klingnecker under the name of Effective Force called Diamond Bullet. And when I heard it, I realised that wasn't techno or it wasn't really a dance record even. It was a film soundtrack kind of for everyday use. And from that moment, I knew it was a timeless classic piece of music. And that was something spoke to me from that track.
Horror has a face, and you must make a friend of horror. Horror and moral terror are your friends.
It was just atmosphere. It wasn't any particular sound or particular sequence really. It was the way the sequences and sounds fit together, which gave a kind of hypnotic, trance-like. When I say trance, I mean we had difficulty at the beginning. But how do we call this kind of music? It's very repetitive. Some of the sequences, some of it's fast, some of it's not so fast. But it all has one connecting element, which is like it's a kind of modern day trance music. It invokes a kind of like, if you're on the dance floor listening to it, dancing is a form of expression, of like sexual expression, and so if you move your body, I find that techno is very static and you only move certain parts of your body with very hardcore techno, and with trance music there's lots more elements in there, lots more rhythms, a lot more little bits there where you move various other parts of your body, that you come into this trance-like state. And you see people on the dance floors, waving their arms and shutting their eyes and dancing, not because of the rhythms reaching each individual cell of the body, and in rhythmic kind of like tribal trance music, from whether it's from like Jamaica or from Asia or from Australia. It all has this kind of like these rhythms which make you move various parts of your body. You have a kind of movement in there, and that's what it evoked for me.
Whoever's making trance music, they must transpose their feeling into the track. I suppose so. I mean, when I do a track, if I'm really happy, obviously the track is going to be more happy than when I'm tired, or if I'm sad or something. And it's true, if I'm sad, I'll suppose I'll transpose that to my track and do something fairly dark and sad and whatever. I suppose a lot of people do it. I mean, like when you listen to the Paul Van Dyk mix of Love Stimulation, apparently he was fairly sad when he did the track, and I mean you can really feel it. The track is so beautiful, it's gorgeous, but he's sad, he's so sad, and I suppose he just put all his feelings into that track.
I tried to put something from me inside. That's why the people asked me to do a remix. And especially last time it was a bit sad for me, and so the last remix are a bit sad.
House music, when you have a heavy vocal, lots of words, lyrics and stuff, people are always trying to think, what's the singing about? And then certain countries maybe won't listen to it because it's in English, or if it was in German it would get nowhere outside of Germany. So here you have this kind of like trans-global music. It leaps over boundaries, it goes over wide expanses of land,
producer have to know what you can do with sound to a human body. Yeah, this is a long way of studying the effect to the brain and to the human body, to all the chakras and all that. Yeah, it's very important. Yeah, that you know what kind of sound is doing what to your body and to your mind and to your soul. Yeah, it's very important. It's basically the best music to get off, because it's giving so much energy. It really beats your body away into another space. Yeah.
My experience when was playing live is that the people really appreciate you bringing the music live on stage. They always hang around me and look what I'm doing, because they haven't seen it never before. Advantage in playing live is really that I can produce much more power actually than from a DAT or from a record, because I can boost the bass drum whenever I want. First I try to get one with the people, and when I see that people perhaps react on a acid bass line, I go for that, and when they react on a nice melody that I put in, I might go for that. When I use a vocal sample, I want to say something, and when I use a vocal sample, I don't take it from just some record to have some vocals in, but I invite people like my label boss, Mr. Mark Reid over there, to talk something in the microphone, words that I wrote before, so that there's a meaning to it.
In Berlin, I enjoy very much, because it really gives some kind of freedom to develop things. Like, for example, the music that's been made now by me and the people that I work with. It really took some time to develop, and Berlin's the kind of place that gives you the time and the space to bring something to a point. I'd really like to be able to come to this point of appealing to everybody, because you know, if you can move the young, but also have some kind of intention behind it. I mean, for me, this is all what the trance thing is about, is really to bring somebody to some point, and then of course you have the opportunity of giving some message, and this can be very positive. You know, you can really give people some kind of positive message, and people can leave a club feeling good. This for me is quite important. It has to be played in clubs. It is club music, and so therefore it has to be played in clubs for the people. Dancing, I mean, the days of like coming to watch people playing guitar, for me at least, are over. Apparently when they arrested Jeffrey Dahmer, the Milwaukee massacre man, he was listening to the last album that I recorded with Clock DVA, so I guess the music had some kind of effect on someone.
He didn't actually comment on whether it had been an interview.
No, but he said he was looking forward to the next album, I believe.
There's very small amount of clubs where you walk in and you go, wow, I love this place. And Everett is one of them. It's like Sound Factory in New York. You've got Hacienda in Manchester, and Everett is one of them. It's, you know, I just walked in the place for the first time. That was just before the Loft Parade, and there was 2,000 kids going, yeah, to every single track. And I went, this is heaven. I want to die here, you know. Very high ceiling, just the strobes in different colors, and the whole look of the club is heaven for me. You know, this, I like big factories, I like big things like this, and Everett, like Sound Factory, like Hacienda, big clubs with, you know, loads of space, and there's no space to sit down. You just gotta go there and go, yes, that's so nice. I love that.
Enjoy what I do, and I really enjoy too when the people make me feel that they like my music, because it's a part of me too, you know, when the people dance and screaming on my music, so I feel really happy.
Only 3 bands with a hi-fi system, and that was it, yeah. And the next year later it was 2,000, 1 year later it was 6,000 and 10,000, and this year we have had 40 trucks. massive big trucks with 30,000 people. It's on the main street, yeah. On the main street. Coldcrest and Dublin. People like really asking half a year before it's going on. Do you do it again? Do you really do it again? With the Love Parade happening this year? And we say, yeah, of course. It basically starts Friday with parties before, and then on Saturday it starts around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It starts the Love Parade, and then we have some after parties, and it goes to Tuesday, I think, the party on there. It's excellent because we have holiday and then they have time. It's nice because it's warm. Excellent atmosphere.
I love it, love it, love it. It's great. It's something that you never seen anywhere before. Can you imagine 50 trucks with 40,000 people, 40,000 ravers in the street, going mental, dancing, and you're in Berlin, so people in Berlin accept a lot of things. So, you know, they're just watching, waving, even old people waving at us, and it's unbelievable. Everybody's there dancing, kissing. It's cool, it's sunny. You gotta experience it to believe it.
Life is very stressy and very tiring. You can go to a club at the weekend and you don't just release energy. You gain something from it. You know, it's almost like aerobics or something. You gain something from it, and it also relaxes you. I think you don't become like pent up. People go home feeling elated. The kind of communal thing as well. It's like lifts everybody up, and it's a feeling of euphoria. I mean, rather than maybe called trance music, it should have been called euphoria.
So, Mark, what do you think's the future of trance music?
Well, I think sky's the limit, to be honest.